Great. Well, you're still watching Professor Kofi Asare Opoku. He's joined us on the Sages. We're learning more about ourselves. You know, he says he's a student of culture, our culture, even though he's taught years in African traditional religion and world religions. And he's also an environmentalist. Later on, you'd get to understand why. But of course, I'm sure by now you've seen the environment within which we're having this conversation and discussion, and that would give you a signal. Let's get into a few things. And because you are 90 years, I mean, and Ghana is 66 years, you're actually 24 years when we gained independence. So let's do something. Let's go back, you know, and find out your recollections. First, during the period of, you know, the colonial period, and even our struggle for independence and independence. What are some of the recollections that you have?
Well, when we were colonized people. I started school precisely on January 7th, 1940.
That's 83 years ago.
Yes.
Wow.
And, you know, I went to primary one at the Akropong Presbyterian Teachers Training College practice school. And you see, in those days, we were taught in tree. Class 1, class 2, class 3, everything was in tree. So, you know, we understood everything. Of course, I could read or write before I went to school because my brothers and so on, you know, taught me. But so everything was in tree. And then when we got to what they call Standard 1, they started learning English, you know, so Standard 1, Standard 2, Standard 3, that completed your elementary education. But the value of that was that, you see, learning in your own language grounded you thoroughly in your own self-image and your own culture, you see. And then we went to middle school, you know, Standard 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we went to secondary school and so on. So learning in your own language is critical. I mean, I am who I am because of the foundation that I have in my own language. And I look at the world through the eyes of my language, you know. Now, when I look at young people today, I mean, I have so much pity on them because they don't know their language. And so if you don't know your language, you are just a mere shadow of somebody else. Although we may value the languages we speak, English, French, and so on, essentially what makes you you is your, you know, is your language.